We all know that physical activity is effective at making us stronger, healthier, more flexible, resilient, and reducing the risk of cognitive and physical decline. But there's one form that might be the best of them all. You guessed it, dancing. This is Tiny Tips. Tiny tips to help you rewrite your brain stories and rewire your brain so you could do more of the stuff you want to be doing. I'm Jocelyn, Brain Coach, and today's Tiny Tip: dance. Let's start at the literal beginning. When you're in the womb, the first act of your nervous system is movement. And these movements propel oscillations or rhythmic movements in your brain, which improves synaptic plasticity, enhance communication between brain areas, and that paves the way for cognitive skills, language development, and social and emotional intelligence. When we do emerge into the world, maybe we begin our rhythmic exchange with the outer world by breathing. It's rhythmic like the ocean. And by the time we're only a few months old, we're already able to entrain with music or sync up with it and keep a beat.
Sweet, fancy Moses.
Well, most of us. Now, we're not the only species who can dance. But we do seem to be the only ones who routinely ritualize dance as social rites of passage, performance, celebration, and we're mesmerized by it. According to the synchronicity hypothesis of dance, dance helps us across 7 realms, right, Katie? Sensory, motor, cognitive, social, emotional, rhythmic, and creative. It helps our brain build stronger connections with itself. And dancing also helps our brains get in tune with each other. As social animals, the success of our group relies on healthy dynamic interactions and adaptation, all of which dance helps us get better at. All of this heightened coordination enhances our ability to learn, remember, get into flow states, and get along with each other.
Really love me.
Dance can also help us prevent serious cognitive decline as we age. Dance helps patients with Parkinson's disease recover mobility and muscle control. As Stanford professor of neurology and neurological sciences, former dancer herself, Helen Bronte Stewart says, Parkinson's patients say that
suddenly they feel beautiful again.
How do you measure that? In a 21-year study conducted by the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, 469 subjects aged 75 to 85 engaged in a number of activities, but only one physical activity was associated with a lower risk of dementia. That's right, kids, dance. There's a particularly moving story of Italian journalist Federico Bitti, who at 32 years old was diagnosed with focal dystonia. It's a neurological disorder that causes involuntary muscle spasms and tremors. One doctor told him he would have to undergo brain surgery.
Mr. Bitti, if you don't have the surgery, you're not going to walk again.
Federico didn't want to do that, but he was losing hope. It's not often you will find a medical doctor,
the medical school of medicine,
who will recommend or prescribe dance, but Federico did in biomechanics expert Dr. Joaquin Farias. Federico was able to retrain his brain to retrieve movement capacity and correct his posture and gait. It took time and practice and dedication.
Maybe I could do it for a second, and that second became 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then I could do it.
When you see Federico, the payoff of dance is undeniable. The neuroscience of dance is a young but promising field, but it doesn't take a brain scan to tell you that dance just feels good. If you're feeling down, there's a lot of stuff you can do. I've talked about them in these tiny tips. You can take a walk, get into nature, practice gratitude, or you want to take your brain for a dance? Yeah, you do. Try this free reframing tool right here. See you next time.